Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to go into chapter 21 of 5 Survive by the one and only Holly Jackson. Last we read, this book was getting seriously good, so let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language, so if you do not wish to continue, please click off the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 21. Now. Wait, Arthur shouted back, shifting his position, wiping his spare hand down the front of his jeans. Arthur, now, Oliver screamed. Open the door. Fuck. Arthur reached forward, slamming his hand down on the handle and pushing hard. The door to the RV swung open, the darkness waiting for them. There, gaping in black. It must be a rectangle of light looking from the other side. Simon raised his knees like he was running, hurrying down the steps, his teeth gritted, eyes wild and afraid, and crack, the mirror shattered. Fuck. Arthur screamed as the mirror jumped out of his hands, crashing back against the counter. Close the door, Oliver's frantic voice filled Red's ears. Simon, pull the rope. Simon scrabbled with it, the rope almost sliding through his hands. He fell back against the closet and he pulled. The door slammed shut with a thump, lock clicking into place, sealing them inside once more. Holy fuck, Simon said, sinking to the floor, laughing or crying. Red couldn't quite tell. We did it. Arthur was bent double, breathing hard. His hands were pressed against his thighs, head hanging upside down. Was he all right? Who's got it? Oliver was standing now. He shot. Who got the muzzle flash on their phone? Red pulls hers inside, slotting the mattress back into position. There was a bead of blood there on the see-through skin of her wrist where the glass had pierced through. Her very own red dot. She stopped recording, phone twittering at her, the same sound for Maddie and Raina. She navigated to the video file and pressed play. Get into position, Oliver's voice said 3 times, overlapping. Raina's video was playing half a second before hers, Maddie's just after. The sound of Red's breath from the speaker at the bottom of her phone rustling. An image on the screen went from light to pitch black inside and out. Is everyone ready? Red brought the screen closer, studying the pixelated darkness. Now. Red didn't blink. Wait. The 3 layers of Arthur's voice was in a phonetic rush, splicing it together. Arthur, now. Open the door. Fuck. The Arthur from here and now turned. Red had felt his eyes on her, but she didn't look away from the screen because it was coming. Crack. A tiny flash of light and all that black as the 3 shots split in the air, but it had only been one, and she had it right here. Red had it. She paused the video, spooled it back. I've got it, she said, looking up at Arthur. His eyes looked drawn, mouth tight. I've got it. Louder now. Let me see. Oliver rushed over, leaning to watch behind her shoulder. Play it again. Red pressed the play button. Fuck, Arthur's voice said one more time. It's there, Red said. Wait 1 second. Crack. A pinprick flash of white light in the dark background of her screen, small, tiny, like a little firework in her head. She dragged back through the frames again to play it one more time. There was a quick burst of light just right of the center. The muscles in Oliver's mouth twitched. Which way were you pointing the phone, Red? Exactly. His eyes fixed on her, so hard that she had to look away, and yet she could still feel them when she blinked. They marked her. This way, Red pointed at a diagonal out to the right toward the back of the RV. Oliver straightened up, his eyes following the direction of her arm. So he's over there still, he said. Hard to say, but maybe a few hundred yards away. Likely where he was when he first shot out the tires and the windows. He must have gone back to the same position after planting the walkie-talkie. The walkie-talkie fizzed, hissing a silent agreement. Red was surprised almost that the sniper had nothing to say after what just happened. The muscles in Oliver's mouth shuddered again, but this time they broke into a wide smile and cracked his face in 2. We did it, guys, he said, looking around. The others didn't react. I said we did it. Oliver laughed, hitting Red on the shoulder, moving to do the same to Arthur. Arthur still didn't look right, eyes unfocused, picking at the pocket of his jeans. He was a fiddler like Red, but maybe only when he was nervous or scared. Simon still didn't look right either, puddled there on the floor, legs outstretched among large shards of broken mirrors, staring up at the ceiling, breath heavy in his chest. Come on, guys, we did it. We're getting out of here, alive. Oliver pulled Raina into a hug, burying a kiss in her thick black hair. He wrapped one arm around Maddie and then offered a hand to Simon to pull him up off the floor. Maddie was smiling now, hugging her own arms. Woohoo, spring break, Simon said again, stumbling to his feet. Oliver stood in the middle, grinning at them all. Delegate, motivate, celebrate, all the qualities of a natural leader, which made Red more than an unnatural one. Oliver clapped his hands somewhere between an applause and to get their attention. He already had it. Right, the sniper is back that way, he pointed. So if we climb out the driver's side window and run in that direction, he pointed with the other arm, the exact opposite way, the sniper won't see us because the RV will cover us. He won't even know we're gone. He won't. And even if he does, he's not going to be able to catch us. We have a head start, and he's carrying a rifle. You can't shoot a rifle like that while running, Red agreed. We did it, Raina said now, nodding like she could only believe it if she heard it out of her own mouth. Fuck yeah, we did, Simon answered, a fist raised as pieces of mirror crunched under his shoes. Although, that's 7 years bad luck, isn't it? Broken mirror? Well, it's good luck for us now, Maddie replied. Behind Simon there was a splintered hole in the wooden base of the dining booth where the bullet had struck through the mirror, probably out the other side of the RV back into the dark night, through glass and wood and plastic and metal. Skin and bone would be nothing in its path. Right then, Oliver rubbed his hands together, the sound grating. Let's get the fuck out of this RV. Don't bring anything with you, just essentials, just your phones. Hopefully we will run into some service at some point so we can call the police to catch this fucker before he runs off. And call our mom to let her know we escaped. Would Catherine have given up the name they were looking for by now, Red wondered, mind already leaving the RV, skipping away to the next part. Her ears fizzed. But was that just the static? Shall we take this? She asked, stepping across a broken mirror to grab the walkie-talkie from the table. No, leave it, Oliver said, looking over his shoulder. We don't need it. We're not playing his game anymore. He walked over to the driver's seat, leaning across it to rip off the duct tape securing Red's gutted suitcase across the window. With one hard jerk, he pulled it all down, dropping it to the footwell. He ripped the curtains aside, bringing a pitch black outside, waiting for them with open arms. Open window pane was already open, smashed to pieces, but Oliver flicked the catch and slid the other panel across, uncovering the side and said, easier to climb out of when standing on the driver's seat. We'll be a bit tight, Oliver observed, rolling his shoulders. Everyone got their phones? Yes, okay. He stood up on the driver's seat, ducking his head as his head grazed the ceiling. I'll go first, then Maddie, then Raina, Red, Arthur, Simon. He looked at them in order. Get in line, get ready. No flashlights on yet. We don't want him to be able to see anything. You drop down and just run as fast as you can in this direction. He pointed out beyond the driver's side mirror, through the trees there. Keep going. Don't wait for anyone. We'll regroup on the road and then get the fuck out of here. Got it? Red nodded, taking her place between Raina and Arthur, Maddie shuffling to the front, Lavoie's first. I tell you what, Simon said from the back of the line, I never want to see another fucking RV again as long as I live. Tell me about it, Raina sniffed, almost a laugh, fiddling nervous energy in front and behind Red. I'm going, Oliver said, bending down and lowering one leg out the window, coming to sit on the frame exactly halfway inside and halfway outside. He dipped his head under and out, the static cut off, silence taking its place before. Hello, the voice crackled, and to life behind them. Oliver paused, looking back inside the RV, listening. Cute trick with the mirror, it said, a bark of laughter in its dark, metallic voice. But there's one thing I should tell you before you make a mistake of climbing out the driver's side window. Oliver, I probably should have told you sooner that that's my fault. Static. Red's chest constricted, ribs folding in one by one like fingers as she turned to look back at the walkie-talkie, glaring at them from where she left it on the table. Her eyes crossed each other, the bright green display doubling itself, filling her head. How could he? Raina began. Oliver, don't move, Maddie shouted as he shifted out there on the window frame, staring down at the road just below him. Silence, prickly and heavy. I should have told you. The voice cut back in, sputtering the edges. There are two of us. That is the end of chapter 21. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.